that's fine. So yeah, we'll pivot into Druid. So there's a lot of different ways to build the Tyvar Devoted Druid deck. The Tyvar Devoted Druid deck has a lot of hype around it as well. Of course, we're going to try it. I've made some decisions that not everybody's made, but like my biggest theory is that mana dorks suck, in that you'd be better off not registering them. That's kind of my like main working theory here. And so instead of playing any 1 mana dorks, I'm playing 4 Esper Sentinels to slow my opponent down. And I typically think when your deck's like pretty fragile to removal spells, like Devoted Druid is, Esper Sentinel is a really, really good card to be playing. Esper Sentinel also complements the Urza Saga plan pretty well. Urza Saga is an interesting card in this archetype. It's one I have mixed feelings about, but what's cool about Saga is that Saga is both an infinite mana enabler and an infinite payoff in the same way Stoneforge Mystic is, where Saga can either find you Lexi Giada's Gift, which lets the Devoted Druid tap for infinite mana, or it can find you Viridian Longbow, which can deal infinite damage when you have an infinite combo with Devoted Druid. And it does so while also giving you a Urza Saga token beatdown plan B, which is not a great plan B overall, but it gets a little bit better when you're playing Spell Sky, you're playing Esper Sentinel. You do have some incidental artifacts. You're playing Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is also really, really sick with Tyvar, where I think like a lot of times you're gonna go like Stoneforge Mystic for Kaldra or like a different piece, and then like later in the game Tyvar, get back Stoneforge Mystic, throw Kaldra at them. I think that's pretty interesting. I'm also playing 1 Skrelv Deflector Mite. I've been saying this a lot, and like funny enough, like I don't know how it took me so long to connect the dots, but like you can play this as the 5th Giver of Runes. But this is like definitely a deck that wants the 5th Giver of Runes. Like you want another 1-drop, I think. You want another 1-drop. I think that Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch are not very good. And what's also like so bad about Birds of Paradise and Noble Hierarch is that most of your deck costs 2 mana. And obviously like curving into turn 2 Tyvar is okay, but like Tyvar is also better on turn 3 than it is on turn 2, where like you'll go, 2-drop dies, then you can go Tyvar, get back 2-drop, and still have a Planeswalker in play. That's what's good about Tyvar. And Skrelv is also an artifact in your Saga deck. It's like I think good enough for the 1 copy. I still like a couple of copies of Ranger-Captain in the deck. This is something I'm a little bit less sure on, but this is kind of to have like a density of infinite mana payoff. So like it is awkward that it's white, but this can find you your Walking Ballista to win the game. And what's also cool about Ranger-Captain is that you can like sack it to protect your combo from non-creature spells, which is even better with Tyvar because you're giving haste. You can go sack it, play Tyvar, get back Druid combo sometimes. I think 3 Vizier of Remedies is a good number also. I'm not 100% sure on that number. A couple Lair the Hydras for infinite mana sync. But this is, very, very much a first draft. First Heliod not worth it? I don't think the first Heliod is worth it since it only combos with 1 card in the deck. 1-drop Dork, Tyvar, untapped Dork, play 2-drop seems okay. It doesn't work. When you untap the Dork, you only have 1 extra mana, right? But also, like, this is something too. Yes, every single time you go Mana Dork into 3-mana Planeswalker on the play in Modern, it's going to be good. But that's like the best case scenario for your Mana Dorks by a lot. They're really bad top decks. They are really, really weak to a lot of different cards. Like, Esper Sentinel is also 1 mana 1/1, but at least when your opponent Renin 6s it on turn 2, you draw a card. Filter line wouldn't be terrible. Ooh. Too many Stoneforge Mystics, huh? Oh, this hand's sick. I think we're putting back the Longbow. Finale is pretty weak. I think that like not having to play Finale is something I like here. Finale is like obviously like is a very like traditional combo card for Devoted Druid. But it is I think like historically one of the worst, if not the worst cards in the deck, and it really raises the mana curve, and I do not want to play it, I guess. Up against Burn, on the draw against Burn, round 1, game 1. Let's freaking go. Good hand though. Only thing that feels off is not having the set of Vizier. Yeah, I know not having the set of Vizier feels weird, but with 4 Saga and 4 Stoneforge Mystic, you do have a lot of redundancy. You do have a lot of redundancy for your combo. And obviously, like, Vizier is better, but Vizier is also, like, it's a 2-mana 2/1. I'm not 100% confident that 3 is the right number, but I think it's fine. You also have 4 Alt Army's calls. have to get planes here, I think. I like the finale for ability to not force an open white mana. There are a lot of times where you can't make the white with going off the turn. Like that is definitely true. That is definitely true. But I also think to a big extent, like, the weakness of Devoted Druid is not the ability to kill your opponent on turn 3. Devoted Druid is a deck that is really good at killing your opponent on turn 3. Devoted Druid is a deck that is bad at, like, fighting through all the removal that exists in the format. And Finale of Devastation is, like, in my opinion, one of, like, the main reasons that you can struggle against removal in Modern as Devoted Druid. Okay, I don't have a Shadow Spear in the list. I had to double check. Thought I put this on the bottom. Bird is much better for Tyvar. Yeah, the Tyvar stand tech is really cool. I like the tech. Well, I'm not playing it here today. Double Searing Blaze. Round 1, game 1, Devoted Druid on the draw. Double Searing Blaze. Let's fucking go. Alright. Another Devoted Druid on top. Yeah, so what's cool about Tyvar Stand, it's like a combination protection spell win condition with infinite mana. Riftbolt suspended. Probably dead. In Christmas Land, you can Tyvar back, a Devoted Druid, play a Mana Dork, filter, good to green or white, go for the Vizier. That's true, that's true. But again, like, you know, there is a reason that Yawgmoth is the only deck that's popular in Modern that plays Birds of Paradise and Ignoble Hierarch. Like, these cards are just, like, not Modern staples anymore. It can maybe hurt to hear that, it can maybe hurt to say it, but that is my opinion, is that these cards are just not good. And a very, you know, very short, reductive way to put it. And they also fit, like, way better into Yawgmoth's mana curve and Yawgmoth's game plan, where, like, you can sack them to Yawgmoth to draw cards later, and they curve into turn 2 Grist, and Grist is, like, better on turn 2 than Tyvar is. Okay, so I'm bringing the Forge-Tenders, the Sanctifiers. I'm going to cut my Kaldra. Probably cut the 4th Vizier. Tyvar might... Tyvar's okay. I don't want to cut Tyvar. That's a bad take. Well, hard to argue with that comment ever. I don't know. This has been... I need to, like, just, like, not respond, but this has been happening so much lately. I give, like, a really long, like, thought-out, detailed opinion that I think is really, like, well-argued, and it's followed by bad take plus L plus ratio. Oh, we should probably have a Haywire Mite, yeah. Kind of forgot about it. We should definitely have one. Can't we cut Ranger-Captain for Giganta? Giganta? I think Ranger-Captain's really, really good in this deck. I know that the white mana is tough, but, like, it increases your card quality, it increases your resiliency, which is an issue. So we can't quite win next turn. We can Tyvar back Devoted Druid. My top card is Eladamri's Call. Why the Chalice? I want to bring in one against... I want to bring in one Chalice against Cascade decks. So let's Eladamri's Call for Forge-Tender here. Oh yeah, Ballista is also, like, yeah, you have to cut Ballista for Giganta. Right. But now next turn I can go Tyvar, get back Druid, haste Druid, win with Longbow. With the Forge-Tender for protection, hopefully. Can we not play Absent Triumph? Yeah, we have too many 1-drops for Absent Triumph, and I think, like, because we only have one card in their deck that has double casting cost of the same color, or we have two Ranger Captains that have double casting cost of the same color. I don't think we need the Triumph. We went 3-2 with the Raw Priest deck. I liked it. We'll definitely play some more of it. No ways of tutoring it. Yeah, it's just like... People will often, like, think that, like, you know, no ways to tutor it. It's not worth the sideboard slot. But, like, the first copy of Chalice is really, really good to draw against Cascade. They have diminishing returns. The first copy is a really, really premium sideboard card, so, you know, I think, you know, that's why we're playing with just one. Yeah, I guess we should be playing Haywire Mite over the Liberator. I think what happened was, like, I copied over an old Devoted Druid deck I had in my drafts that I was playing before Liberator, and I changed a couple sideboard cards, but I forgot the Mite. Was Raw Priest weak to aggro, control, Soul Tutor, Lightning Bolt decks? I think, like, every single game we lost was to Mana Screw or Mana Flood. So just, you know, I'm not saying that it's not weak to anything, but I don't think we can confidently say exactly what the weaknesses are. Yep. You can control A to drag all the cards over McClint. Yeah. Okay, my opponent disconnected. So we can chat for a bit. Athena is passed out on the floor. Weak to its own consistency. Yeah, yeah. I think we've got a good first draft. I think that the list can be hammered out some more, of course, like always. Is that new 3/2 interesting card, 2-1, sack to disenchant, proliferate? I think I probably just want to play Haywire Mite instead. I don't know how many, but Haywire Mite's probably a bit better. But if you don't play Saga, then I can see wanting to play that instead. Okay, opponent is back. You're having a good day today. No, I've not completed my no-hit run. I've had to take a little bit of a break because, like, you know, new set release is really important for my career and just something I need to, like, devote almost all my attention to. We did do a run yesterday. We did a couple runs yesterday on stream. Got a really brutal hit on the Ledge of Death again. I'll try to get some practice in tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Haywire Mite in the board if Boris Helos help the hammer matchup just cut it as well. See, let's thank you. Stoneforge target Luxior Longbow Kaldra. We also have Lightning Greaves. Okay, GG. Am I qualified for the executions coming up? No, I haven't played an RCQ in a long time. I want to play some. I want to qualify for Dallas, but I just haven't been grinding. I've just been, you know, more focused on the stream. It's gonna be a few clicks here, but wouldn't be an aspiring spike stream without a couple of clicks. What's nice about Devoted Druid combos, you can't misclick, it just takes forever. Yes, just fine. She wasn't hurt. It was okay. If you get hit, do you restart from the beginning? We are at that point now. We'd have to do a lot of practice to get to the point where I feel comfortable doing that. But we are, yes, at the point where one hit, we restart from the beginning. Although I need to keep refreshing and keep doing practice off stream to keep the momentum going and keep it fresh in my mind because there's just so much to remember. But yeah, we're at that point now after lots of practice. That's true. I can accidentally kill my Vizier, huh? Yeah, the Swift reconfig not legal. Tyvar. Really, really good card in this deck. I have to be on the draw for game 3 against Burn, though. Gonna need a little bit of luck. Is Mono Bug my Druid is summoning sick? So my Druid is summoning sick, but Tyvar has a static ability. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. So it doesn't have haste, but you can activate it as if it doesn't have haste. Yeah, compared to the Dark Pool, that's no problem at all. Yeah, Tyvar is really good. Sanctifier too slow. I think it's just not really like fighting the game plan you're wanting to fight. Man, mulliganing a Forge-Tender feels so bad. Okay, but drawing a Forge-Tender feels so good. I think that Ranger-Captain can find me another Forge-Tender. Should maybe have a Shadow Spear in the side for burn. Thank you, Goblin Guide. Did I set out the Kaldra? I did set it out, didn't I? Yeah. Might go like Temple Guard and tapped Esper Sentinel next turn. We'll see. Depends on what they do. Don't love that. I think I'm gonna go Eldarmy's Call for Solitude. Probably pitching the Sentinel. The next turn I'll go Saga, Ranger-Captain for Forge-Tender. And then I can go Tapland. Tapland, well, I have a few different options, I guess. Do we do Saga to not pay the life? Well, I need to play it on Tapland so that I can cast Eldarmy's Call. Well, yeah, without a Shadow Spear in the deck, I don't think we're supposed to be on Saga Beatdown Plan right now. Dude, Goblin Guide loves me. It really loves me. What's the best shell for Kolaghan's Command? Trash Can, maybe? I mean, you can play Kolaghan's Command and Scam, I guess. You can play... I kind of like it with Capricious Hellraiser. Because, like, buying back Hellraiser is nice, and it's, like, you know, a powerful card to flash back with it. Yeah, I'm not playing Batterskull. I don't think you want to play Batterskull in this version. Like, you're... I could be wrong, but... we already have 4 equipments. 4 equipments is usually... Oh, come on. 4 equipments is usually about the number I like. And then we drew our Forge-Tender. I don't have my... I decided out the Kaldra. Battleskull over Greaves. I mean, Greaves is really good in the deck. I think I'm just going to Ranger-Captain for Ballista here, and then I can kill the Eidolon with the Ballista without taking damage, maybe. You sack 1 Burning Forge-Tender, play a second Stoneforge, and yeah, I don't think that line's as good, especially because the Ranger-Captain blocks kind of well here. Like, that saves you 4 damage from the Eidolon there, but then you only have 1 good blocker instead of 2. And then the Eidolon is, like, still also in play. Greaves is good, but I think Tyvar is just Greaves. Yeah, but, you know, like, Tyvar is not a Leyline companion. It's like a fragile 3-mana Planeswalker. I don't remember Magical. I don't. I think it was 2-3. Was it 3-2? I don't know. Maybe you could go back to the VOD. Down to 6. Lost 8 Blast. I really wish I could remember. You know, just with Esther's small emergency, I kind of forgot. Consider Razorverge Thicket. I think with the 3rd color, Thicket is kind of tough. Like 3 colors plus Saga, it's just like not a lot of room in the mana base. Greaves is also good with the Urza Saga, too. I can Forge-Tender this and then go block, ping, ping. I think I have to, because otherwise I can't sack my fetch and then play a Tyvar this game. It's worse if they have a removal spell for one of my creatures this turn. But it keeps going to combat without, like, I don't know, maybe it just depends on their hand. Oh, yeah, we 2-3, we lost the Freya, that's right. That's why I repressed it from my memory. Okay, no attacks. Hopefully don't just get double burn spelled. Ping, ping. I have to make a Saga token. Saga token's a 2-2. Could pump. Yeah, I could. Let's double check the list here. Oh, you can also equip Luxier to to Tyvar. That's kind of funny. Yeah, my only options are Gift, Longbow, Drum. I think I'm gonna get a Drum. Or maybe I should get a Luxier so that I can combo with Druid if I find one. I might just like, yeah, I might be on the kill this, make a Saga token, cast a Forge-Tender, get a tap Black Source, and then next turn I can just minus Tyvar YOLO, look for Druid. Or, and then if I miss on Druid, I get a second Forge-Tender. I don't think we can token. Well, the token gives me a 2/2 blocker to answer a Goblin Guide, which I think is better than casting Stoneforge Mystic this too, which doesn't block Goblin Guide as well, is the entire reason I'm making a token. Oh, I guess I don't need the other blocker because I have the Forge-Tender. We need Ballista to win. We can win with Longbow, Stoneforge for Longbow. Although I guess if they like main phase play a burn spell, I have to Forge-Tender, then it's nice to have this blocker too. Ooh. Rough. Not when I need to Forge-Tender, I guess. I mean, if I sack this, then I'm dead to a Skullcrack at any point. But sacking also makes me like way worse to Searing Blaze here. Yeah, but Tyvar can at least give me back a Forge-Tender next turn. Sack Captain. I can't sack Captain Upkeep. I need the blocker, I think. Love to see Arid Mesa. Need to draw some Solitudes. Well, I only have one Solitude in the deck, and it's in the yard. Oh, this kills me. Damn it. Yeah, Spear on the board would have been good this game. Although maybe not into the double smash. Yeah, so I sacked the Forge-Tender, but my Construct still dies, and I die to Goblin Guide. Alright, GG. Good match, though. Close match. Do I really need the Sagas for the deck? Signed, Concerned Citizen with fewer monkeys. You don't have to play with Saga. I think Saga's good. But, like right here, it's going to be a land that's an infinite mana payoff and allow me to win on turn 3. I'm going to play it on turn 1. Yeah, like I'm not sure that I would have boarded in Haywire Mite if I had it there. Like it has like no good targets, you know what I mean? If I was to play that again, I still said I'd Kaldra game 2 and 3. I think if I was going to play it again, I think we're going to have to add a Shadow Spear to the board. So I think that like with Shadow Spear on the board, you do still sight out the Kaldra, but like with no Shadow Spear on the board, then probably would have been better to have it. It's kind of a nice draw. It does. A Haywire Mite can only hit non-creature artifacts and enchantments, so it does not hit Eidolon. If you board it in against Burn and Paper and you're blowing up your opponent's Eidolons, it's time to stop doing that. Hellraiser win? Probably next. We'll see. Maybe we'll do one more of this. Yeah, only a Paper legal play. Fury Pitch Ragavan. Must have just drawn the monkey. Blowing up their Vortexes. I'm surprised that they would board in Vortex in this kind of matchup. We got a couple Sanctifiers in the board, thankfully. So now we can go Springleaf Drum. Do I play do I go Druid Vizier or Druid Sentinel? I think I go Druid Sentinel. Not that they're not going to kill Devoted Druid if they can. So assuming I can play Vizier next turn, I do need I need to draw a white source to infinite combo, or to win with Ranger-Captain for Ballista, but I can also like make a construct, worst case scenario, cast any other card. Fluffy, 9 months, thank you. Okay, interesting. So I get to draw a card here. I do get to make Infinite Green. I get to play Spellskite as well. But I actually don't have. This is a good spot for the finale fans, huh? I can still draw Stoneforge Mystic, basic Plains, Walking Ballista. Tyvar, I guess, doesn't do much. I can cast Tyvar. Yeah, I can also draw Longbow. Yeah, Kaldra would be. Yeah, Kaldra's. Yeah, oh wow! Funny enough, that was. this was not on the list, huh? That works. That works. Tony Calzoni, 2 years. Thank you. Welcome back. It's funny. People have been making me click through it today, huh? It's fine. Dude, compared to... Okay, we can see it. Compared to being in that dark pool, this is so fast. Nice to be like Fury plus Scam, too. Always like one of the scariest things you can go up against. So I do want to keep Kaldra. I'm going to trim a Vizier. Maybe trim the Skrelv. Ditto, 2 months, thank you. Trim the Greaves. Could go down to 1 Vizier. We still have the Luxier, of course. Get the 4th Sentinel. Yeah, hold W for the clicks. Yeah, Crowbar. Crowbar should probably be a Haywire Mite, though. When I was building this deck, I was building over an older Druid list I was playing. It's sorry to see how Tyvar's been performing. The card Tyvar has been really good every time I've cast it. We played one match with Tyvar yesterday, and I had a small emergency to deal with. White Luxier, it combos with Devoted Druid, and it's fetchable with Saga, Stoneforge Mystic. There's a sampling bias, Limestone. A lot of the OT drops don't go to YouTube. Overwar's good against once. Archon, you can Eldarmy's Call forward in response to Archon, then discard it to Archon's trigger and copy it. Yeah, everything's alright. Not really a big problem. Probably could have kept streaming, but it was for the best I didn't. Kind of don't hate this hand. It's not very good against Blood Moon. But we can make some reasonably sized Saga tokens here. And Springleaf Drum cast Tyvar. I'm going to keep. Yeah, we're going to play some Priest of Fell Rites with Tyvar at some point. I was kind of dreaming last night about a Abzan mid-range deck with Tyvar and Dothi Voidwalker, Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, wish I could cast that. Tyvar, Stoneforge Mystic, Dothi Voidwalker, Priest of Fell Rites, and then Priest obviously haste with Tyvar and can just buy back your Voidwalkers, your Stoneforge Mystics, flashback later. Could also buy back Solitude. And I don't think that it would likely be a Reanimator deck this shell. You would maybe play like Birds of Paradise and have it be not very good. Is Skrelv just Giver number 5? Yeah. It's also the artifact in your Saga deck, but I want to get I've been saying you can play Skrelv if you want Giver number 5, and this is a deck that is interested in Giver number 5. Cankerboom over Liberator. I think it needs to be Haywire Mite, I think. But I think the Liberator's mostly better. I think the flip is more relevant than the Proliferate here. Hard to justify 4 lands that only produce green and mostly white Urza Saga deck. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a fine take to have. I don't think that the Sagas are mandatory. I've liked them in shells in the past. The token beatdown plan isn't amazing, but it is nice to have a backup plan in Devoted Druid. But it's also like a very nice combo piece that it can both find. It can find both your infinite mana enabler and your infinite mana payoff. It probably takes my Tyvar, right? But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. This is just just the first draft, first day. Just first draft, first day. They didn't attack with Ragavan. Yeah, I just missed 2 damage. Thoughts of not blocking. They only played 2 lightning bolts. And here's the thing: like if they have lightning bolts in their hand, they definitely attack with Ragavan. And they're like, oh, I'm not getting a treasure. I'm just going to attack with this, which was flawed logic for sure. But wow, they let me have Tyvar. I wonder if it's better to cast Tyvar here and get back my Forge-Tender. No, I think I want to commit to getting a Springleaf Drum off the Saga as my black source for Tyvar, and then be able to make a 3/3 here that could block the Fable token. How Priest? It went 3/2. Every single loss was to Mana Flu or Mana Flood, Mana Screw, which I mostly want to note because when you're evaluating a deck, evaluating, are you winning to the format being inhospitable or are you losing to variance is a really important thing to understand. But the Rot Priest deck is definitely going to be a deck that is more vulnerable to variance. So that I'm not just dismissing it. Oh, I got unlucky because I think it's definitely the kind of deck where, again, you're going to experience that variance a bit harder. They have a Fury? Fury plus Fable, huh? Oh, okay, I guess this does the job. Alright, let's go to game 3. On the play, I think I want the Force Sentinel. Although the Sentinel does make you kind of softer to Fury. Huh. So maybe I should just have the 4th Skrelv. I could Boseiju the Fable. I'm just so behind, though. But yeah, I guess I could have Boseiju the Fable, kept playing. Drew a Skrelv. I think I'm bleeding on Forge-Tender over Skrelv. Maybe, I don't know. What I like about leading on Forge-Tender over Skrelv is that I can cast Eldormi's Call on turn 2. But maybe I'm okay playing Eldormi's Call later. Could have won by milling Devoted Druid with Tyvar. Oh, maybe I could have. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of a hard line to see, but it would have been a good line to take, yeah. Maybe not that hard to see, but like 2 matches in. Containment Priest stop and die. Containment Priest stops your Tyvar minus. I guess I just probably shouldn't have it at all on the sideboard. I kind of think, like, at the very least, like, this is mostly for creativity. But maybe we shouldn't have it at all. Sideboards are always tough. Always tough to build up first. Might get like Stoneforge Mystic and try to Kaldra. Let's see what we draw. Yeah, we could have fetched Bow. Could have fetched Bow to try to win Tyvar there. Alright, let's just hold up the Eldormi's Call here. Moonlight over Priest. Well, I think I want to play a Shadow Spirit and a Haywire Mite in the board going forward. Hated Sugu would be really rough here. I guess it kills the Ragavan. Tyvar Animator. Okay, kind of the same thing. 2 for 2. Not too bad, really. We're just getting a Ranger-Captain. I guess the problem with getting Ranger-Captain... Oh, we just get Sanctifier in the back. Yeah, just get Sanctifier. Typically, like, Veil of Summer Druid sideboard. I've typically thought it's, like, pretty mid, to be honest. But, like, Veil of Summer is also a card that everybody just loves, you know what I mean? Surprised that you're playing Archaeologist over Jace Prodigy. Jace Prodigy is, like, really, really sick with Tyvar. It's definitely, like, would be where I'd be going with this archetype. I only have 1 Plains in the deck. Yeah, Jace Prodigy seems a lot better. I mean, I don't hate Archaeologist as a card. It just doesn't seem as good. Supplier's not a card I really like in Reanimator unless you're playing... Oh, dang, they have the second explosives. It's not really a card I like very much unless you're playing, I never remember the name of the card. Diabolic Intent. Maybe Ballista is better this turn so that I can play around any discard spells. That's probably a bit better. So I guess instead of the intent, you have Fiend Artisan. Fiend Artisan is kind of cool. I think it's likely to disappoint you and break your heart, though. Obscura Charm it seems fine, but does not seem amazing. I guess it's fine. I would pretty likely be playing 1 copy of Unburial Rites too. Although no, sorry, never mind. I would not. With 4 copies of Priest, you don't need the Rites. Never mind. So not using their mana to Sanctifier this or to kill Sanctifier here. Yeah, Obscure Charm is pretty good. No, Cabal Therapist isn't playable. Maybe just play Jace Vryn's Prodigy over Supplier. Or Jace Vryn's Prodigy... It is true your Artisans aren't as good without the Suppliers, so maybe that's fine. I'll also say that you do not have enough answers to Rest in Peace and Leyline. Oh, you have 4 Haywire Mites. I missed the 4 Haywire Mites. Okay, you have enough. Never mind. You're fine. Yeah, Sideboard seems pretty fine. You should probably be playing Collector Oof over Pithing Needle, since it like works with Tyvar. Although I guess it's bad with Haywire Mite, so maybe not. Wow, they didn't sack Explosives with 2 mana there. That's nuts. And then they played a 2-drop on the board? What are they doing? Literally, what are they doing? Yeah. Whoa, my gosh. What are they doing? Out of an extra word of a combo. No, they're just misplaying. I think they're just misplaying, chat. And then they're not attacking with the Voidwalker. Oh, what's going on? Am I gonna like Longbow for pings? Yeah, I think I'm unironically just grabbing Longbow. Yeah, Needle would have been sick. Red Priest went pretty well. I think it was like a really promising first league. I don't think I have too many other notes than that, but like a cool draft. You need to be playing Jace if you're playing like Tyvar Reanimator though. All right, I activate Viridian Longbow's ability, equip to Esper Sentinel. They took like 4 extra damage to the Sanctifier. No, none of the cards that I have exiled to avoid counter here, the Saga, the Windswept Heath, they can't be played at instant speed. They can only be played at sorcery speed. Alright, nice. Feels good to beat Scam. We lost a close match to Burn. We won a match against Scam where my opponent misplayed. We also beat a Fury game 1. Scam is the matchup Saga are the best. Yeah, probably. But it's also like the kind of matchup that needs help, right? Because like you're druid, you're pretty good at killing fast, and like being able to like scale into late game is really important. Okay, let's keep this. Let's put back the second Saga, I guess. One of Grange, Idyllic Grange. To play Idyllic Grange, you would have to not play Saga. The Mirror, perhaps. I think Tyvar and Coco can't be in the same deck. I won't say can't, but for the most part, I do not recommend playing. Good draw. For the most part, I just never recommend playing 3-mana planeswalkers in your Coco deck. Your 3-mana spells almost always need to be creatures. They're not 100% of the time, but this is a general rule. Could have potentially played Saga turn 1 to try to combo kill. But I think Giver being able to like protect through a hammer is a bit more relevant. Yeah, Grist. Yeah, Grist is different, of course. Yeah, Grist and Coco decks for sure. You know, kind of the exception to that rule. Is Tyvar better than the Phyrexian reanimation spell? Tyvar's been great. Tyvar's been really, really good. I would say yes, better than the... I can never remember the Plunge. Plunge is the name of the card. Okay, so I don't have an infinite mana payoff here. I do have enough mana to cast a Vizier, though. Saga will be my infinite payoff eventually, though. So I don't think I guess casting the Call this turn unlocks my white mana, so that I could draw Ranger-Captain or another Eldarm's Call. Yeah, we'll just cast the Call this turn. Tyvar minus Prey. I think we're not at like the Prey portion of the game, and you'd have to like either put a counter on Druid, let them draw a card. We're not at the Prey phase. Unmarked Grave, Unearth, leaning towards... I don't think you ever want to play Unmarked Grave with the plan on like unearthing a 3-drop, or at least like not at the moment, but I'll be working on the Abzan mid-range Tyvar list that we're kind of like theory crafting. I think that there's like something there. Why not cast Drum? There's 2 Esper Sentinels in play. So I guess I could cast Drum and then main phase this also. Brutal. Alright, good beats. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna cast Skrelv. Skrelv, make a Saga token, and then likely win next turn. Any value playing a Mantle, so your Druid Infinite doesn't make just green. It's interesting, especially with Stoneforge Mystic. I don't hate the suggestion. My gut reaction would be that it's not worth the spot, but definitely I think it's a nice thought for sure. I usually think this matchup's pretty good, by the way. Don't think I care too much about main deck Needle, because if they're Needle, I'd rather them name Saga than Druid anyways. You know, to some extent, Springleaf Drum also kind of fills that role, although it's only fetchable off Saga, not off of Stoneforge, and can't filter mana as well. Paradise Mantle's okay with Esper Sentinel too. It's not amazing, but you know, the Sentinel oftentimes just sits there and like, you know, that's something for it to do. How was working Vizier? I mean, Vizier is pretty good in the deck. Combos with Devoted Druid. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I mean, it's better with Tyvar, but I think that's most likely going to be like a Pioneer power level synergy rather than a modern power level synergy. At the very least, like, I think that I kind of have like Sacrifice almost solved as an archetype in modern. I'm like kind of hesitant to say that, but at the very least, like Tyvar, Priest of Forgotten Gods does not seem better than the Rakdos Sacrifice scam list we play. Like, that deck has been just so good. Okay, my opponent is tapped out. I don't know what pause this here, but we should win. Guess we'll just take 6. Play around. Solitude white card, huh? So I guess I do need the, I could use the drum for white mana, but I do need the drum. So I need to not pay for Sentinel. Tyvar, I think that Tyvar has been impressive so far. It hasn't been, we haven't cast it that many times yet, but when we've casted it, it's been awesome. I play Magic the Gathering because it was Prime. You're doing well. Alright. Up a game against Hammer. I'm going to bring in my Crowbar, my Liberator, my Giant Killer. Needle's okay. Probably bring this in because I also think I am just down to cut all the Sentinels. Or maybe I don't want the Spell Skite. Maybe I want the first Sentinel over the first Spell Skite. Nothing else really. Seems fine. Crowbar, okay, the thing about Crowbar too, and I was thinking this is, Crowbar actually is like, good. You could, it's good with Tyvar, you can use it the turn you play it. Funny enough. It's very small synergy. Okay, so in this hand we're looking for you like sideboard cards or fast combo on the draws, and this hand has, I mean it does have a Giant Killer I guess, but I'm gonna mulligan. And for a fast draw you really need Devoted Druid in your hand. I think I'm gonna go to 5. We have a lot of 5-card hands with Druid in it that are good. Okay, although we kind of have to keep this at this point. We can go Godless Shrine, Lair though. How do we win? We had Longbow for the infinite combo payoff, and then we Eldarmy's called for Vizier. I think I'll stick with the Godless Shrine. All right. Oh man, I mean, I think I'm supposed to Eldarmy's Call over play my Saga here. Yeah, Lair's pretty nice. It's been tech for a while though. We played Devoted Druid not that long ago with Restoration of Aganjo. And it's kind of funny because like Restoration of Aganjo is similar to Tyvar, but Tyvar's is a better fit. But very similar to idea. A very similar idea to what Tyvar is doing. They got a Spell Pierce. Would Unearth be bad? I don't think Unearth would be actively bad. I don't think I would cut any of the cards I'm currently playing for it though. Could maybe it was better to play Temple Garden. I mean, that doesn't really matter. But I was thinking Temple Garden would let me go Lair on 1 and block. But then they have Give River and Stu Pro Green. One of the prolific cards like Thirsting Roots, Prolific Saga to 3 faster for the combo. Thirsting Roots is like pretty like underwhelming card, and Proliferating Saga to 3 faster is not worth including a card like that in your deck. And you play Lair, pay off mana. You have thought about Inventor's Fair to kind of do the same thing. Well, yeah, you just don't have 3 artifacts in play for Inventor's Fair too often enough. And yeah, tapping for Colorless is too big of a downside, I think. Not the worst thought, but those are my issues. All right, let's go to game 3. We haven't played for game 3 is great. There could be another better option. I don't think there really is though. People really love Proliferate, but for the most part, like, these cards just aren't going to see any play in Modern. But people just, like, they just love the mechanic. If you swap Giver for more Skrelv... Well, I mean, Skrelv is legendary. Giver has 2 toughness in the Ren and 6 format. I don't really see that likely being good. The activated ability costs life. Proliferate the -1 counter on Devoted Druid, yeah. Yeah, but people love proliferate cards. Why no birds or Hierarchs? Those cards aren't very good, really. They're like better on Yawgmoth because like turn 2 Grist is really strong, turn 2 Tyvar is worse. Like Tyvar's kind of better on turn 3 when you bring back a 2-drop anyways. This is a slow hand, but we have 2 pieces of interaction. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, but like, yeah, the I would rather play like a lot more like I'd rather play Esper Sentinel, Skrelv, Giver than Birds and Hierarch. Yeah, Tyvar stand is really good. I'm not including it today because I kind of am preferring the more permanent based protection because like you play them more proactively rather than reactively. But I do like that the card is also infinite mana payoff. Yeah, we'll be playing the Spell Snare deck today. Not the only thing going on with that deck is Spell Snare, huh? Opponent's been playing pretty slowly, unfortunately. So yeah, Skrelv could be a good option in Scales. The other day I was trying the Great Hinge in Scales, and it was like so incredibly fun, but it was also like really win more. Yeah, so I think we're supposed to Eldarmer's Call for Druid here. Oh no, I was supposed to do it before they had Spell Pierce up though, but maybe they tap out. Yeah, I have to do it now. How many times am I gonna get Spell Pierce today, huh? Okay, not this time, thankfully. Could we play Forge-Tender main? I wouldn't. I know that some people do. I think that Forge-Tender in the main is working hard, and so I was trying to like make a pun, but I think it's not worth it. As a very short answer, I guess. Not worth it. Your main decking a sideboard card. You know, this is a format where there are plenty of decks that don't play red removal spells. Just like, you know, for the most part, I'd recommend keeping the sideboard cards in the sideboard. Okay, march my Saga instead of my Druid. Interesting. They'd have another march. Dead to 2 hammers, I suppose. 0 hammers is a nice number of hammers for them to have here. Opponent's playing so slow. Okay, second Giver. Okay, so I'm gonna get my Giada Gift. So it's 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just hold up Boseiju, which is interaction that can like beat a hammer here rather than play one of these out. Why would they not hammer? Why? What is this timing on this hammer? Literally, why? So I should have killed the Sigarda's Aid though. Damn it! I'm just gonna kill the aid or the hammer right now. Why would they not bonk me for 10 extra damage? I guess they're holding up some interaction. They must be holding up interaction, right? New player, maybe. Kill Sentinel. They've given up. The block. Yeah, maybe nervous. Alright, GG. Oh, not necessarily GG, because they could draw off the Sentinel. Right, because if I have to pay 2 for the Sentinel, I don't think I have enough mana. Because I can go gift, pay 2. Oh no, I can pay 2. I can go gift, pay 2, 3 mana to equip. Then I have the combo. Then I just kill it with Longbow. All right. 2 and 1, feeling pretty good. Okay, keep this. This one has a Tyvar. Oh, we don't have black mana though. I mean, it's just kind of hard to mulligan Giver into Devoted Druid with infinite mana payoff.
Comboing?
Not right now. I'm not comboing right now. We're up against Hammer again. Maybe, okay. I'm about to be comboing though. Any second now. What's up?
I'm debuting my new back to black hair.
From brown to black, baby. Let's go.
Hey, it was reddish.
Reddish.
But it's dark.
Maybe it's just the dim
It's
lighting.
the
It doesn't.
lighting.
It doesn't. It's still wet, but it doesn't really look any different to me.
It's the lighting. It's actually dark.
Yeah,
Oh, poor
I
Athena. I
believe
accidentally
you.
kind of messed with her, but she's in the bed.
It's okay. If you need to step on Athena to show off your hair, that's fine. Yes, she's doing fine.
It's kind of like a gloss, so it's kind of like semi.
Yeah,
It's not
we'll
permanent.
see it. We'll get a good lighting. We'll see when it dries. And
It'll fade.
then I'll tell you it looks great.
Yeah, sure.
Hammer Time seems like a great matchup. Ooh, main deck Mite.
Yeah, it's hard to tell in this light. But it's dark. I was like, it's actually black again.
Alright, so gonna cast. Now I'm comboing. I could win with Boseiju on the Mite and pro green my Lair. But instead, I will Outland Army's Call for Ballista. That's my secret, Esther. I'm always comboing. Yeah, everything's fine. Esther just got into a, it's not a fender bender, like a fender breaker, but she's fine. It was like thankfully happened when she was right around the corner, so she got home like right after that, and then we took a nap and played Mass Effect all day.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, plus it was like a company truck, like from Lowe's. I think it was like a moving truck or something. It was small,
Yeah.
not like a huge semi.
Yeah, Lair doesn't have trample, right? Yeah.
And it rear-ended me, and he was just all taking care of it, and we got all the information, so it was good that it was like,
I didn't realize
not like a
those
hit
two
and run
deckers
and
were on.
stuff.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. As far as getting into car accidents that leave your car undrivable on your birthday, it was a best case scenario.
I mean, it was still drivable.
It is not drivable right now. I promise
you. I'm not going to keep driving it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, sure.
It was drivable home.
You could drive it home, but you just can't keep driving it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I like Turn Timber over Lair, but I understand. I think I like Lair more, but it's not a huge combo, maybe.
My neck is kind of stiff, but I think that's just from the dogs cuddling me all morning.
Maybe.
And I'm stuck in one position.
Maybe. It can be kind of easy to get, like, hypochondriac after an accident and be like, oh, my neck is...
My neck. My head hurts. I have a concussion. Oh, no. I'm going to die. Heart attack. It was my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, it was Esther's birthday yesterday. I think, we didn't just nap, as we've been celebrating all week. So
yeah. We had a big party on Saturday, and we've been tired since then.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy came. She says, hello,
Ooh.
are we going?
We're going to combo off, sweetie. Although I actually don't have an infinite mana payoff here. I will... after the Saga comes down, but we can maybe go like infinite mana into Channel Boseiju chop down.
She like lashed at her even though she's not even.
She's grumpy.
She's as if Lucy's stepping on her, but she's not. She says, "You better not step on me."
Am I gonna block here? Blocking's bad against March. Yeah, well, now I'm definitely gonna block.
Oh, you're wearing this new sweater.
I am, yeah. Esther got me a sweater for her birthday. Alright, GG.
Urza's here. Urza.
Alright, this matchup seems very good. Three and one. Lost a very close match to Burn. Now we're 3-1. Feeling really good. Why Sentinel over Mana Dorks? Esper Sentinel is like a really good card, and Mana Dorks are not very good. In like in very, very reductive terms. But also like this deck doesn't even like love jamming its 3-drops on turn 2. Like Tyvar is at its best on turn 3 after they've killed your 2-drop. Tyvar is not at its best on turn 2. It's not bad on turn 2, obviously, but like you want to be able to go like Giver, Skrelv, Sentinel turn 1, Stoneforge Mystic, or Druid on turn 3, and then that's when Tyvar really comes online. But like since this is also an Urza Saga deck, Sentinel is like an incidental artifact, which is relevant, and in decks like this that are vulnerable to removal spells, like Hammer Time is a good example, but there's like, okay, we're up against elementals here. Like Hammer Time is an example, but there's maybe a few other examples. But Esper Sentinel is just one of the best cards you can have in these like creature decks that's weak to removal. Humans is another good example. It's also a human there. But again, on like a very like reductive, like bad answer level, Esper Sentinel is like also just like a modern staple, and Birds of Paradise and Noble Hierarch are poorly positioned in modern. They're bad top decks. They are underpowered for the most part, and I'm like just not that interested in including them. Pioneer version of Hellraiser Cruise become immense without having legs. That's like way too many delve spells probably. I think that like you just like really can't have your main game plan be around delving in response to the Hellraiser trigger. At least that's my first impression. I could just be wrong about that. Like it could be sick with become immense in modern, but that's my first impression, and that's my first impression, and we'll see. But I think like you just have to be happy enough spending 3 mana, getting a 4/4 flyer and a non-creature spell. Like this, if you're not going to be able to find joy in your life, if you're not going to be able to be content doing that with your 3 mana 4/4 flyer, you just will never be happy. I think they messed up a little bit, although it shouldn't really matter. But they could have. You can go Solitude target Giver, then respond to the Giver protection with Ephemerating, and so this would have let them Ephemerate their Harbinger if they wanted to search something with Harbinger, or it would have let them attack with Solitude. We do get to put a Druid in the graveyard. It's about Blue-Red Hellraiser and Pioneer with Typhoon and Dig Through Time. We're gonna play Hellraiser in Modern with Typhoon today. After this, I think. Seems like it'll be fine with Dig Through Time also. Two cards in my opponent's hand.
Can you tell? Can you tell?
Excuse me, sweetie.
Not red anymore?
Yeah, it looks. I want to do this so if I draw Tyvar, I can combo kill next turn. Wiretime Finale. Finale sucks mostly. Like I think it's the worst card in this archetype traditionally. It is like it's obviously like it's a combo piece, and it's cool that when you go turn 2 Druid, it can either find you Vizier on turn 3 or win you the game. But the problem is Finale is so weak if you don't have a Druid in play that you're untapped with. And this deck is really, really good if you're untapping with Devoted Druid. If you have successfully untapped with Devoted Druid in this archetype, you are doing great. That's really, in a big way, all you need to do is untap with Devoted Druid and you're happy. And the fact that Finale is only good when you untap with Devoted Druid means it's a card I'm not that interested in playing. Because the issue for this archetype is not having plans and lines when you are able to untap with Druid. Hellraiser and Glimpse to get extra spins. I mean, it just sounds worse than Dark Dwellers for that idea, right? Okay, so they tutored Solitude, but then they pitched Fury. That's probably not great for me. Well, they don't have Solitude up here. That's true. Yeah, Tyvar makes it where you don't always have to untap with the Druid, which is great. Postmortem Lunge does a similar thing. Wow, we drew Tyvar. So I can go Tyvar, Druid, equip Gift, but then I can't do anything with my infinite mana. Yeah, I think I like the idea of casting Call for Druid, play Druid. Or maybe Call for Giver, it could be better. I like the Giver. Because I can get Longbow with the Saga next turn. You can call. I can't cast Call after comboing. Oh, wait, hold on. So I can go Tyvar. Oh, Tyvar cast Call. Vizier. No, that doesn't work. No, I think I just need to call for Giver of Runes here. And then I could win next turn through the Solitude. I don't think I'm fucking this up. Although I would guess 1 or 2 people in chat think that I am. My opponent's hand is Solitude mystery card. Tyvar call Walking Ballista, does that work? No, I can't cast. I can't go Tyvar, get back Druid, equip Gift, and then cast the call. It would be an easy win if I could, but I don't have. I'm 1 mana short of doing that, or making a Saga token, or tapping the Lair. I'm completely tapped out when after I equip the gift to the Devoted Druid, but then I have infinite green mana. But after infinite green mana, I have no outlet. Shout out to Finale. No, even then the Lair of Hydra is tapped, so we can activate it, but we can't attack with it. Yeah. But now we can get Longbow off of our Saga here and win. I guess now we can also attack with Lair. So they're gonna need to find another Solitude, and if they can Solitude twice this turn, definitely not a deck that's very good against that, right? Then they have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, but they get to draw 2 cards after they Solitude. Lair of the Hydra does not have trample. It seems to be like a pretty common thought that it does, but it's just a nice thought. But thankfully they hit 2 lands, and they no longer can have another Solitude, another white card. So we should get the job done here. Tyvar has been awesome so far. Oh, Ephemerate, though. Right, Ephemerate could be the last card. Alright. So let's cut the Sentinels. We're at worst card in this matchup by a lot. Don't have a lot in the sideboard at all, though. The Sentinels are pretty bad. Drannith Magistrate doesn't do anything. Endurance does stop Recommission and stops Thunderkin Awakener sometimes. We can play the Endurance. Sanctifier stops a couple cards with Thunderkin, but not the important ones. I guess Lantern. Drannith stops Ephemerate Rebound. Sure, yeah. They're going to be on Endurance, not Rest in Peace, because I built their deck. Oh, we went Fortunate for Fury. Fortunate for Fury. Okay. Needle for Vial and all caps. That's maybe better than the Lantern. Keep this on the Multi 6 on the draw. This was a Temple Garden. Priest subs Ephemerate. Yeah. Priest also subs Tyvar. Would be worth it. Yeah, we probably would play the Priest. I'm gonna go to 5. Alright, not the best 5. Need double white, just kind of thinking a little bit. Okay. Should be fine to get a basic plains here. Why is Priest leaving the board for more of the attention Tyvar? I want to cut it from the board. We talked about this earlier. I was thinking that I wanted it against creativity. We have the Orvars though. And we have the Spellskite also. But I want to cut it for a Haywire Mite and I want to cut the Crowbar for a Shadow Spear or vice versa, whatever. But you know, when I added it to the board, I wasn't, you know, I forgot about the tension with Tyvar. Greaves is something I'd look to cut after watching these matches. I think the Greaves is good. I don't know. It's like it's worse than Tyvar, but in your Stoneforge Mystic Urza Saga deck, I think you play it. I could be wrong, but I think Greaves is good enough to play. That's in Tyvar Stand. I like Tyvar Stand. I know I don't have it in this. Ooh, incredible draw. I know I don't have it in this list today. Because I really wanted to play. I think like I went the 5th Skrelv and the 1st Spellskite before I want to play any number of Tyvar's Last Stand is my like current thinking. And with that thinking, I don't know what it is I'm supposed to be cutting exactly for it. I guess it would be like the Ranger Captains. Potentially for Tyvar's Last Stand. But I also really like Ranger Captain. Ranger Captain is also like Tyvar's Last Stand, a protection spell and a infinite mana payoff, although it's much easier infinite mana payoff because it's green. But it's also like what's also good about Ranger Captain is when they kill your Druid on turn 2, you can just like slam a Ranger Captain, which is good. Finds Forge-Tender post board. Can find Haywire Mite once we remember to add the Haywire Mite. Tyvar Fable Goblin Engineer. I guess I'm kind of missing. I feel like I'm missing something, but assuming opponent uses a Fury, what do you need to target with Forge-Tender to keep targeting the creature or the trigger? But I think both work. You don't get Gigantha if you take out Ranger Captain because of Ballista. Well, the Gigantha is kind of nice with Tyvar too. They're ephemerating now? Why are they ephemerating now? But again, I do like the Tyvar's Last Stand tech. There's a really good chance that we're supposed to have it in here. Yeah, but they need another Ephemerate or another Solitude plus white card. Or that. Or Endurance, I guess. Alright, let's go to game 3. I still had all these, huh? New Dragon and Wilderness Wreckshaw. We cycle lots of cards, hitting Typhoon Wreck. And draw spells awesome. The triple red is kind of tricky. I don't know that. I think that's probably like too many high end cards in your mana curve. I would like probably still rather play some number of Memory Deluge over like the dragon as your card advantage spell in that shell. Could be wrong though. Get to keep a 7-card hand on the play. That feels pretty good. Wow, getting Ingot Chewered, huh? Dude, Skrelv's so much worse than Giver. I need 3 white to kill next turn with Stoneforge Mystic. I think I'll play the Spellskite. And then the Saga will give me my payoff on turn 4. Is there home? Yeah, I think it. Okay, so I'm glad we got around my Druid dying this turn. Pitching Fulminator Mage here. Yikes. Don't mind me, says my opponent. Just 3 interactive spells on the first 2 turns. Elemental's very good deck. Already picked Sentinel Birds. Sentinel's a better card than Birds. I know, and we've gone into it a lot, but like that's kind of it at the end of the day. Plus, again, like so Birds is like not even good on your curve in this deck because you want to play a 2-drop on turn 2 really often, and like you're not really trying to go, you're not really trying to go 1 into 3 in this deck. And like Sentinels, you know, very good in decks that are fragile to removal, like this one. Huh. Okay, no cards in their hand though. Would be pretty cool to beat Ingot Chewer on my Skrelv, into Fury, into Foundation Breaker, into Ephemerate Fury. Huh. Funny draw. Oh right, I can't play the Tyvar because of the Ephemerate. So I probably just need to Eldarmer's Call. I could Eldarmer's Call for Forge-Tender though now and play it. That way I don't take 12. I can't call for Vizier. We have infinite green. We don't have infinite mana of any color. Stoneforge for Luxior. I think I just want to put a Forge-Tender into play. This gives me the option of playing a longer game, which I think just makes sense when my opponent has no cards in hand. You know what I'm saying? So now we get to protect our Druid with Greaves. I think Esper Sentinel is like about as good as Salte Food, or maybe better without. Like even if it has Saga, without Saga, definitely prowess. Kahira and the Ham. So I can get Luxior here. We'll just see what we draw. Basic Forest, huh? Could have got Kaldra, then hasted the Stoneforge Mystic. But I think that I moved the Greaves over so I can equip here, by the way. And also plus on the Tyvar. But, you know, now we have infinite mana. And if my Stoneforge Mystic dies this turn, which is, I guess it's never going to, but theoretically if it died, we can get back a gift. I think we'll just minus this no matter what, because we could get a Spellskite or a Skrelv if we brick. And we could also hit another Stoneforge Mystic. I guess that's it. That's the only thing we can hit, right? Does Luxury not fall off a Shroud? It doesn't fall off because of Shroud, so if it's already equipped, it stays equipped. If it, you can't equip it to it when it has Shroud, though. It just stops the target of the equip. Okay, so we can cast that. Alright, let's minus Gashidon. Wow, we hit. Awesome. Tyvar was like great all league, 4-1 with a very close loss to Burn. Maybe it was not a loss if my sideboard was built better. Very, very promising league here. Yeah, Call for Fortune ended up being a pretty good play, I think. Let me go ahead and make the changes to the sideboard I'm recommending, which is cutting the Crowbar for a Mite and cutting the Priest for a Shadow Spear. And the list is looking very, very nice, very scary. We may play this deck in the challenge this Saturday. Sounds like a good good plan. Could maybe play 2 Haywire Mites, but I think at least 1 for right now. Yeah, Sweet League. That being said, I think it's probably a good time to